screen. Okay, you guys ready? This light's horrible, but whatever. All right, so what we're going to do is on the top here, you guys can all see. All good. Thumbs up. You're on. Let's walk around, make sure everybody's on. Can you go bigger? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. You're good. You're good. You're gonna see what you guys are gonna do is you're gonna follow along our work. So type in, go through H-A here, H-A-R. H-A-R-W-A-R. Space. And then you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. I'll come back around. Good. Here. Come on. Go there. And yeah, make it bigger. You need to make it bigger. You need to make it bigger because it's kind of detailed what we're going to be doing here. So this is the only time that we're going to be using a straight edge pretty much. Okay? So the whole class isn't like this. It's mostly freehand. So, but perspective is pretty accurate. So we're going to title this 1, and that pen doesn't work. 1 point perspective. So title that 1 point perspective, okay? And then down here at the bottom, you're going to put your name and your period, 2, and 9/7/2022. So every day do that, okay? And then I'll make what I do is I make a Canvas assignment, and then you guys will take a picture of it. You'll turn it in on Canvas, pretty easy, okay? So 1 point perspective. So let's do this. All right, what you're going to do is you're going to take the triangle, and you're going to line that triangle up on the edge of the paper right here. You see that? You want it straight, 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 okay? So we're just going to go about right here, about in the middle. This perspective line, it can go anywhere on here. It could go up here, it could go down here, but for now we're just gonna put it about in the middle. Mine's a little bit higher, and that's okay. Okay, so 1 point perspective. Okay, and what I want you guys to do, about in the middle, we're just gonna put a small point. Okay, now this line is called the horizon line. So write that down. Horizon line, okay? So there you go. Horizon line. Okay, that's that line. Okay? This small point right here is the, let's do this. Vanishing point. Okay, so that small point right there, that is called the vanishing point. Okay, so write that down. Okay, so that's our vanishing point. And what we're going to do is we are going to draw a bunch of boxes, okay? Because in order to draw realistically, we got to understand boxes, okay? You got to understand that. Okay, So, here we go. We're going to go like this with the ruler. And we're going to go, actually, let's move down a little bit, about right there. Okay. And we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to draw a line like that, okay? It's about like that. Is that on screen? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to draw a straight line like that, right here and right there, okay? And then underneath it, we're going to do that again. Make them the same length. And if they're off a little bit, that's okay. And so we're going to make some boxes here. And then we're going to go, and then at the top here, we're going to line up your triangle at the top. And we're just going to move that over. And make sure you get, and when I say line it up, you line it up to the paper. Okay, like that. That, and like that, and then flip that around like that, and like, and I'm making sure that that's lined up. Okay, so we got 3 rectangles at the top. So, there's 1-point perspective, there's 2-point perspective, and there's 3-point perspective, okay? And those are the basics. The most valuable that we'll be doing, in my opinion, is 3-point perspective, okay? But we kind of need to understand all of them. Okay, so a couple things we need to know. Where 2 lines, see where these lines meet? So right here, we have 2 lines meeting here, 2 lines meeting here, 2 lines meeting here, 2 lines meeting here. So where 2 lines meet, a point is created. Okay? Where 2 lines meet, a point is created. So we want to write that down up here. Just put a dot right there like a bullet point and put where 2 lines meet, a point is created. Okay, so that's number 1. Okay, number 2, at the end of a line, at the end of a line, a point is created. Okay, so these are imaginary points, okay, but they're to help us to draw more realistically. And what I'm going to do is pretty soon I'm going to show you how these boxes can help you draw dimensionally, 3-dimensionally, and more realistically, okay? So, where 2 lines meet, a point is created. At the end of a line, a point is created. Can you guys see that? Okay, cool. And then number 3, where 2 lines cross, a point is created. So basically right now, this is a trick. This is just a bunch of art tricks that I show you guys to make some rad art and cool art and realistic art, okay? So what we do is, how many points are in this rectangle right here? There's 4, okay? What's up? Oh, you're gonna answer? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 points here, 4 points here, and 4 points here. So now, each of these 4 points needs to go to the vanishing point, okay? Who's done this before? Raise your hand. You've done this before? You've done this before? So it's a little review for you, okay? So put your pen or pencil on that vanishing point, okay? And this vanishing point, it could go anywhere on here. It could go anywhere, all right? It could go anywhere on this horizon line. And you know what? I think I'll do that to show you guys how this works. So we'll do that. So put your pen on this vanishing point right here. And then lightly, not pushing down hard, very lightly, even with the ballpoint pen, go to this point and go to that point and go to that point and go to that point. See, so I'm lining them up. I'm lining them up on to each of those points, okay? So go ahead and do that. And when I'm just like quiet and I don't talk, that just means I'm giving you guys time to do that, okay? With this trick, the perspective tricks, or skills, this is just a skill that I'm teaching you, you'll be able to draw anything realistically in time. It could be a plant, it could be a car, it could be a person, it can be a dog, it could be a tool, a hammer, anything. A building, a horse. You're like, a plant? Yeah, understanding of boxes can help you draw a plant. Okay, so we've drawn those. So now we're going to do this. We're going to start right here. Okay, we're going to follow this corner. We're going to start at this corner and follow this back to about right here. Okay, let me get closer because just so we're closer. And that almost fell off. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to get closer. We want this to be straight, up and down, vertical. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that line right there, and we're just going to go from here to there. Okay, so there to there. And we're going to go stop here. We're not stopping at this one. We're stopping at this one. Why? Because this one goes to that one. That goes to that. See? These correlate, and these correlate. Okay? So then we darken that line. So I got my pen there. I bring my straight edge to it, press it down, and we go like this. This is, perspective is like one of the most valuable skills in art, drawing realistic art anyway, but it's also like one of the most tedious. So we're going to work through this tedious stuff. We're going to get past that, get a good understanding of it, okay? Now, this is really, really important right here, what we're doing. We need to go straight across. So we're going to start right here. I'm going to go straight across and hit this line. You got to make sure that that straight edge is straight across, though. Make sure it's straight. So how do I make sure that it's straight? What I'm doing is I'm looking at the horizon line here, and I'm comparing it to the line on the straight edge. And that looks pretty straight. And then we're lightly, we're going to go back here, and we're going to stop right there. Okay? You guys following? Is this working for you? Is this working for you guys? Am I going slow enough? Raise your hand if I'm going slow enough. Okay. Raise your hand if I'm going too slow. Cool. Okay, so we're going to stop right here. Now, then where will we go? But hey, I want to point this out. Check this out. So this is the front part of the box. Okay? How many sides does a box have? 6, yes. It has 6 sides, okay? So this is the front, okay? Check it out. This is the front. So we want the back to be similar to the front, okay? So this is going across here. Now look, we go to the back. We're moving away. This is getting the back. You see that? So which way do we need to go now? So from this point, which way do we go? We go down. You're right. We go down. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to go straight down. Make sure it's vertical. Make sure it's not crooked. How am I making sure that it's not crooked? Now, this is how. Look. See the edge of the paper right here? Right here. There's the edge of the paper. This part of the straight edge, I'm comparing this distance to the edge of the paper. And I'm making sure that there's the same distance here. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're going to come down lightly. I'm pushing down really, really lightly. And then I stop right there. And I'm going to press down. So we stop right there, okay? And then where's the last one going to go? Which way are we going to go? Anybody guess? Anyway, the last one is we're going to go right. Okay, so we're going to connect these two right here. We're going to connect this to this right here, okay? And we're going to connect those two dots like that. And then I'm going to darken this right here like this. And there's our first box in 1 point perspective, okay? So we have 6 sides. This is number 1. This is number 2 back here. This is number 3 in the top. This is number 4 on the bottom. This is number 5 on the left. And this is number 6 on the right. You guys see that? Okay, now, let's make this a little bit more dimensional. We'll do a little bit of shading, okay? So what we'll do, even with the ballpoint pen, you can shade light or medium or dark. But so what we'll do is we're just going to imagine light is hitting this surface right here. Okay, it's hitting the front of the box. So on the side, we're going to put a little bit of shadow over here. So ballpoint pen or colored pencil or regular pencil or mechanical pencil, you can shade that in. I'm just using the ballpoint pen, okay? And then we'll shade this bottom portion as well. Just like that, okay? And let's do this. The bottom part, let's make this a little bit darker than the side. Okay, so let's come in here. Hey, does that ViewSonic at YouTube? Martha? Does that ViewSonic at YouTube? Have you used it?
I haven't used YouTube on it. Go for it.
I don't even know how to use those things. I don't even push the power button. You're busy though. Never mind. We're good. You're busy. You got stuff you gotta do. Thanks for letting us come down. Okay, so there we go. So we have light. Now, another thing I'm teaching you guys right now, which is really cool if you want to make things look three-dimensional, is this. There's 3 values. Let's just put this. There are 3 main values. Okay, if you want to make something look dimensional, what are our 3 main values? They're right here. Dark, medium, and light. Okay? So they are 1, dark, 2, medium, and 3, light. So everything that I write down, you guys are doing what I do, and you're getting points for this, okay? So everything that I do here, you guys are going to do, and you get points for it, okay? You don't do it, you don't get all the points. You'll get some of the points, but not all the points. Okay. Anybody need time? Okay, so now I want to show you another cool trick. Okay. So this next box right here, we could have all these, these right here, this right here, what I call this right here, these lines and that line, all these lines, okay? These are called orthogonal lines. So, they're called orthogonal lines. That's the technical term, but I like to call them vanishing lines. I like calling them vanishing lines because they go to the vanishing point, which is right here, okay? So, orthogonal lines. Can you guys see the writing okay? You see the writing okay? Okay, cool. Art right here, and you guys can be on those things, and that's really cool. All right. is nothing to you because, yeah. But anyway, so our next one, let's create a different vanishing point for this box. So this box, different objects can have different vanishing points, but be on the same horizon line. That's really important, okay? So let's do this. Let's create another vanishing point just right. Let's do it. I'm thinking here. Let's do it right here. So we're going to put another vanishing point right here, but it's in between these two boxes. See, it's going to be in between these two, okay? So this is another VP. So we're going to label that VP. We're going to label this VP for vanishing point, and we're going to label this HL. We're going to label that HL for horizon line. HL, you see that for horizon line. VP, that's a VP, okay? So now, this box, we could go to here, or we could go to here, to this one right here. So we're just going to start here lightly. So we got 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to press down and lightly go to vanishing point here. And then we're going to start here, press down. And then we're going to press down on the straight edge. And we lightly draw our line there. And then we press down on that point. And then we press down and we lightly draw our line to the vanishing point. And then we press down on this corner and we lightly draw that to the vanishing point. So there we go. And this one kind of like skipped out, so we're gonna there. Because I want to see it, but I just want it to be light. All right, and now we'll get closer to it so you guys can see that better. All right, so now let's start with this corner here, and we're gonna come down, and let's end that about right there, just because, like, you can choose anywhere. I could choose right here or here or here, and we're gonna draw a vertical line. Okay, so we're gonna draw a vertical line. How do I make sure that's vertical? What I'm looking at is this line. I'm looking at this line right here, and I'm looking at this, making sure it's vertical, and we're just gonna go straight down, and we're gonna stop here. Why do I stop here? Because these 2 points, they correlate. These relate, and these relate right here, okay? So then we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna press down hard. We're gonna darken that, and we're gonna darken that line, and that's not totally lined up well enough, so I redo that. Okay, so now we have 2 sides, okay? And then down here at the bottom, I think I'll show you guys that measuring trick. Okay, so from this point, where do we go? Where are we drawing a line? Anybody know? To the right, yeah, whoever said to the right, you're right. So we go like this, we're gonna go to the right, because if we go from here to there, this goes from left to right, left to right, left to right. So here we're gonna go left to right. So we go like that, put the pen down, and we hold that, and we make sure that line is straight. How do we make sure the line is straight? We look at this, and we compare this edge to this line and to this line. So I'm looking at that line, and I'm looking at that line to make sure that they're all straight. And then I start this corner, I'm gonna go back, press down, and I'm gonna go from left to right or right to left, whichever, like that, okay? So there's our next line. And then we have 2 more lines to draw. Okay, so our next line goes where? Which direction? Does anybody tell me? Like I'm already showing you guys which way it goes. It goes up. Okay, so our next line goes from here to here. Okay, it goes up. Really lightly though. This needs to be a light line straight up. Light line straight up. And then we do a light line across. Okay, point to point, point to point. It's not perfect, it's a little off, but that's okay. All right, cool. So we now have drawn a different box in perspective. Okay, 1 point perspective with a different vanishing point, but on the same horizon line, okay? On the same horizon line. you know what? We could have multiple horizon lines. Let's try that out. Okay, but first let's shade this thing. Okay? Who needs time? Raise your hand if you need some time. Okay. You don't need time. That little line just means here. Oh, shoot. Weird. Get on here. Get on one of these. Get on that. Or this one. You guys know you can brighten your screen too, right? Yeah. You guys know you can brighten your screen on your Chromebooks? Oh, you like it, dogs. Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, I like it bright, I guess. Okay, so this one right here. And you got it. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. This one. So this one. This is pretty tight right here. It's close to it, so I put it like over here. So put it like right there and erase that. Don't erase this. Don't erase that front one. But now try doing it because that's a little. It's really tight. It's not impossible, but for beginners, a little harder to do. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's, same thing with the light. Look, let's do this with the light. Let's pretend that the light is coming from below. Okay, let's pretend that our light, here the light source was hitting the front. Let's pretend this one, the light source is coming from below. Okay, so it's a light source from on the ground. So this right here, check it out. Let's just like put some mountains like this. Imagine these are, it's like a little mountain range. So go ahead and like draw that in, okay? And then let's put some like storm clouds because we want a lot of rain this winter. And we want to get a lot of snow. Does anybody snowboard in here? Snowboard? I've snowboarded a couple times. It is so fun. I love it. So put a cloud right here. We'll put a cloud right here. We want a lot of clouds and we want a lot of snow. So if we get it snow packed, then we'll be good. Okay. So does that, hopefully that helps. Like everything above the horizon line, guys, you're looking up at it. Anything below the horizon line, we're looking down on it. Okay? Right there in the blue. Okay. So this one, we're imagining the light source. Here's our little light source, okay? It's shining up, okay? This is going to be light. And we'll make this a medium, we'll make this dark. And we'll make this right here medium. So what I'm doing here is I'm teaching you guys to create imaginary places, okay? And with imaginary light sources. So you can choose where the light source is going to be, okay, in your head. And let's say you're looking at reference or a picture, a photo. You want to be thinking about where that light source is coming from. So we'll have this light, this medium, and this dark. Oh, this is the dark side. Okay, so there's our three main values, light, medium, dark, okay? All right. Now, for this last one over here, I was going to create a different horizon line, but I'm going to go a little bit faster on this one, anyway, let's just create a vanishing point. Let's create a different vanishing point, okay? So in between these two boxes right here, okay, about in the middle, let's drop that down like this, and let's create a vanishing point, another vanishing point right here, okay? Vanishing point right there. And then a couple of you already did it, so don't worry about it. You guys are fine. I'm just going to go through this again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and we're going to draw that line lightly. And lightly. And lightly. And lightly. Okay, so there's our 4 lines going to the vanishing point. Okay. So then this is straight down, right? So we're going to follow this. And then we're going to go just about right here. And you can, once again, you can stop it wherever. We're going to go straight down. And then we go across here. So then here we're going to go straight across. Make sure that that's perfectly horizontal. So we go straight across. And this goes straight up. So we're going to make sure that this is going perfectly straight up. And that needs to be light. This one needs to be light. And then this goes perfectly across. So then we go, line that up, and we go light line, going perfectly across. And I'm off a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so then we darken that line. We're going to darken this line. We're going to darken this line. There we go. Okay. So the reason that I'm having you guys draw all these lines and I'm having you do the side and the back is because I want you to think three-dimensionally. I want you to think transparently. So it's called drawing through. When you draw something like it's made of glass, you're drawing it transparently, okay? And you're thinking of all the different sides. So this one, let's imagine that the light source is over here. Let's pretend the light source is right here and it's shining this way, okay? And this is gonna be our light side, and this will be our medium side, and this will be our dark side, okay? So here's our medium, so let's shade that. And if you already did it, and that's cool, don't worry about it. Because a couple of you already did it. And then we'll shade that medium. Now look, check it out. When I'm doing that, look how I'm shading this. I'm shading this to the vanishing point. See, I'm shading this at an angle towards the vanishing point. And then I'll shade this across too. Okay, there's our light, medium, and dark. Okay, so now I got a trick to show you guys. Okay, let's actually have you guys do this. What I want you guys to do, okay, on your own or with a partner or whatever, somebody helping you, and this thing's kind of starting to slip, so I gotta readjust this. It's slipping. Okay. I want you guys to draw a box. It doesn't have, it can right here in this area. And you can use one of these vanishing points or create your own vanishing point, okay? So I'm gonna do it. You can just follow along. I'm gonna go kind of quickly, or you can just go ahead and do it on your own. And so do a box in this area right here, okay? Don't do anything right here in this area because I have something planned for this area, okay? So I gotta make sure this is straight. There we go. Make sure that's straight. And I'm just going to use an already established vanishing point. I'm just going to use this one. So 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, all go to vanishing point. How many sides on a box? 6. 6 sides on a box. Okay. So right there we've got 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4, and this is 5. So we have 5 sides, but we don't have the 6th yet. So let's create the 6th. The 6th, we're just going to go about right here. So I'm going to go across, and then there's a new point right there, and there's a new point right there. Following this rule right here, number 1, where 2 lines meet, a point is created. At the end of a line, a point is created. Okay, so there we go, following that rule. And then we go across here, and then this side goes down in the front. So in the back, this side goes down. And this side goes down. And then in the bottom, that goes across. So in the back here, in the bottom, that goes across. And I'm doing these all light first. Okay? And there's our 6-sided box. So we have 1 in the front, 2 in the back, 3 on top, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the left, and 6 on the right. Okay. And then go ahead and shade that. And then I'm going to have this, that's going to be light on top. I'm gonna have that side darker. This whole table's wobbling. Now, these three items, these boxes, they could be clouds, they could be an airplane, anything in the sky, right? I guess our options are kind of limited. A bird, I guess, right? Like, well, how is that a bird? Well, that's just a big old bulky box. I mean, a bird, you go like this, right? The basic like structure of a bird be something like that, and then you got the wings coming out like that, and then you have this side coming out like that. So it's going something like that, and then you got the head attached right there, which is like a pyramid, right? So you got this bird flying in the sky and lights coming down, and then you got the tail comes back like that, right? So that's kind of how you could, apply this box principle to a bird, because the bottom's going to be in shadow. That bottom part's going to be in shadow pretty much, And then also the sky has a value to it. So the sky's blue, right? So what value is that blue? Or you guys know what value is? Who knows what value is in art? You know what art value is? What is it?
How dark or light something is.
Yeah, it's how dark or light something is, the shade of it, okay? So the sky is blue, but it's medium value a lot of times, okay? But anyway, so that's that bird thing. Okay, so we're back over here really quick. All right, so I want to show you guys something over here. I'm going to see how you guys are doing, and then we'll go back to that. This one, I know you want it to see, I know you want it to this. So you do this problem. The reason you want it so bad is because it's so close to the finish. Still need to, just like this with the vertical line, you still need to, do you know what I'm saying? But the tendency is it's so, oh gosh, you gotta have it built right. That's a 1 point perspective. 2 and 3 gets a little bit different. See? Cool, good. Yeah. Nice. See? So here, what we want to do is we have vertical. This one's tilting. Vertical. Okay, so 1 point perspective, all your sides need to be vertical. Okay? That needs to be there. This one needs to be all the way to that point right there. Okay? And then go across like that. See how you do this? It's vertical. So the box is vertical in the front, it's vertical in the back. Because we're just doing simple boxes. Now we could like this, you can have something like a thing kind of tilted. You know what I mean? But right now we're using simple boxes. Just make this big up right here. See how it's crooked? So these are really nice and straight. See? You guys can do the smudging thing if you want. That's kind of cool. Pressing on the graphite and smudging it, and it gives it a nice little blend. If you've ever did. I have a ballpoint pen, so there's no smudging with me. Good. Yeah, it's good enough. And see. And getting ready for some more tricks. Hard stuff. Looks like you guys are ready for some hard stuff. Cool. Okay. So this is all way too easy for you guys. So let's do something difficult. Good, good. Is it this one? Cricket. So this is vertical, right? Okay. But anyway, this line you can see the other cricket. So this line right here. All right, so here we go. Let's do a more complicated thing here. So we're not going to do a box down here. Well, first thing I want to do is this. Let's do this first. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys how to measure in perspective. So I want you to take a line like this in this area right here, okay? We're going to take a line like this, and we're going to go like that, okay? And this one right here, we're going to bring this all the way out like that, okay, to the gutter. This is the gutter, all right? So from the gutter, we're going to make sure this line is perfectly horizontal. How are you making sure in doing that? You're looking at the edge of the paper down. You're looking at the edge of the paper down here, and you're looking at your straight edge, okay? And draw a line perfectly horizontal like this, okay? And then go up a little bit, up a ways, about like that. And we're going to draw another line that's perfectly horizontal, okay? So we got this line and we got this line. And I'm going to show you how to find the center point of a box in perspective, okay? Not a cube, but a box in perspective. Any box in perspective, this is how you find the center point. Okay, you guys ready? Here's the cool trick. This is how you find the center point in perspective. You go from corner to corner and corner to corner. And I'm pressing down on that straight edge. And draw light lines, okay? So boom, that is the center point of a box or a rectangle in perspective, okay? Now, this is on the ground. And this is a ground plane, okay? This thing right here, this shape, hey guys, this shape is called a footprint. Okay, so put your foot on the ground. There's your footprint, right? It's sitting on the ground, okay? A footprint is the space that an object takes up, okay? So your chair that you're sitting in, it has a footprint, okay? The table, if you look at the table has a footprint, okay? Use a perspective. Your backpack has a footprint, okay? So that's called your footprint. So that's how you find the middle of a rectangle in perspective. Whether it's 1 point or 2 point or 3 point perspective. Now, next thing I want to show you guys is how to measure back equally in perspective. Does anybody know this trick? Raise your hand. Okay, so put your pen on or your pencil on that center point. Lightly draw a line going back to the vanishing point. So lightly draw a line going back to the vanishing point, okay? So this is how you find the next equidistant going back into space equidistantly. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Because I know how to do this. Okay, this is what you do. Go to the corner here. And you see this point right here? So we've drawn this line in the middle. And we created a new point right here. So this is our new point right here. Okay, you guys following? Okay, so what we do next is we go put your pen or pencil right here and take your straight edge and put it through that touching that new point right there. And we're gonna lightly draw a line and then hit that right there. And draw a line horizontal line. Okay? That's our next section from there to there. That's equal in perspective. Then go to the corner again, and then there's the center point. So we go from here to there, and we're going to go through that point and hit that line, and then we go where? We go across. Perfectly horizontal. Okay? Then we do it again. There's that new point. So where two lines cross, a point is created. We're using this rule right here. Where two lines cross, a point is created. We're using that new rule, okay, or that rule. So we go back to this right here. We go through this point right here. Press down the straight edge. Hit that line, stop, go across. And then a new point's created. Go to that corner. We're going to do this all the way to the horizon line. And go across. New point's created. Go to that corner. Press down on the straight edge. Stop. Draw a straight line across. New point's created. There's the corner. New points created. New points created. New points created. New points created. And then this last little bit, I'm just going to fake it. So last little bit, I'm just going to fake it there. Okay, isn't that a cool trick? I like that trick. I don't know if you guys think it's cool. I think it's cool. All right. So that's how you find that. Now, why would you do that? I don't know why you'd do that. Well, so you can find like, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's draw some telephone poles, okay? Or not telephone poles, electrical poles, because telephone poles are kind of outdated, right? Or maybe are they? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself. Okay, so let's just go vertical here. Let's go to this thing. Wait, who needs time to do that? Who needs time? Raise your hand. Okay. But that's a cool little trick there. You got to make sure they're horizontal, that they're following your horizon line. There's your horizon line. You need to follow your horizon line, okay? So these need to go here's your horizon line. That. You know what I mean? So this first one should have been it's not. So since you started that, that's cool. Since that first one. But yeah, it goes through there, it goes across. And then across. Okay, so you go from here to that point. So you go here to that point, right there. So this. That right there. And then take that side right there. Then we can okay, so erase that. So we hit that side, right? So we go across. And then there's the new point, and then we go through there, go across to there. Does that make sense? Got it? Oh, you did? Okay, I was like, wait. Yeah. Little bit, you guys. See, like this one's pretty horizontal, and then as you're moving this way, you're kind of like, sorry. So anyway, you want to have get too much up there? It's too much up there? Because you guys are all chit chat. You loosen your focus again. So, I know you are. Start back here. Go ahead and do that. Keep the straight edge right on that corner. And go to that dot. And draw the new line. Okay. And then go all the way to that edge. Good. And go across. Right there. No. Horizontal. Yes. How do you make sure it's horizontal? You line up with this. Like that. That. And go across. Okay, just create a line where? Right in the middle. Okay, viewpoint one. You just created a viewpoint right there. Okay, and then there's, start here. Or no, start here. Go through that line. To that point. To that line. To that point. And then you go where? So that's your viewpoint. And you go where? Across. It's kind of tricky. Okay, viewpoint. No, right there. That's your viewpoint. Yeah. The little arrow. That's your viewpoint right there. So you start back here. Line a little left. Keep. Okay, walk around. Yeah, that's approved. Yeah, got it. This is called checking for understanding. This is like cool. Cool. I want to do something tricky guys. Cool. Get it? Got it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Got it. Raise your name in the back. Got it. You got it. Got it. I'm an amazing teacher. You got it. Okay, we got, what are we out of here? 11:02?
11:09.
11:09. Okay, 11:09. We're going to do one more thing. One more thing, and I have no clue what it is, but we're going to do it.
Sounds fun.
Okay, it's a thing. Okay, here, this is what I want you guys to do. Use your ruler. Look, this is your last thing. You're going to draw, shh, don't talk. Right here in this space, you're going to draw just a weird shape. Okay, it's just going to be like an angular shape, like looking like a crystal type thing, okay? So this is the shape I did. You can do whatever you want, but I don't want you to do another box. But this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8 points, and they all need to go to vanishing point. So then we go like this. We go. So pay attention. These are all going to vanishing point. Every point, light line. There we go. Okay, so every single point went to vanishing point. Okay, so now what we got to do is you start with one of these sides. Now watch this. Now watch. Pay attention. Pay attention. You see the angle of this? Shh. I got to make sure that that one, this angle is the same as this. And then that this angle is the same back here. And then that this angle is the same back here. And then that this angle is the same back here. And that angle is the same. Okay, and then we want to darken that because that's the edge. And we want to darken that because that's the edge. Now pay attention to this. You see this angle right here? We want that to be right here, but do it lightly. Because that's in the back. And this goes across. So lightly, we're going to go across. And then this angle's up, and so lightly back here, we're going to angle up to that. There we go. So I know I went kind of fast, but anyway, do that. That's your last thing for today. And then I'm going to do a little shading. I'm going to shade that. And I'm going to shade this. And I'm going to shade this. All right. That one I'm not going to shade. And I could actually shade this and blend this. And if you use pencil, you can do your smudging thing and then erase. And I think I want to shade this too. This will be my medium side. This will be medium. And I'm going to go dark to medium, dark to medium, and dark to medium. Okay, so there's your object. Multi-sided object. Just do that. That's your last thing for today. Oh, here it is. Wednesday, today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, lunchtime.
11:09.
Okay, you guys did good. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for paying attention. I appreciate that. You guys did awesome. And you can revisit this again and again and again